Namaste. Today we're going to share some of the common knowledge that is already made known to you, but I put a different system together so that you are aware of the different method that is out there that can help you to experience the divine. Let's look at the slide. We'll look at Buddhism first. Buddhism, many of you are already familiar with the teachings and the Four Noble Truths. You perhaps already aware and knowing and practicing that. So the first is the nature of suffering. That is, everyone, literally everyone who's not born as avatar, we all go through some sort of a suffering, struggle, trauma, all number of things. Number two, the nature of the suffering. The suffering comes from desires, attachment, and cravings. Some people desire money, some people want sex, some women loving relationship, having a man in our lives. Some crave food, some crave knowledge, some crave power, some crave fame. All number of things you can think of it. And so this is the root cause of suffering. And the good news comes to the third point. There is an end to this suffering. The nature to end of this suffering. Of course, the fourth noble truth is the method to end this suffering. That comes to the eightfold of path, or eightfold path to the enlightenment. And the Buddhism particularly saying that there is enlightenment, or there is a goal to all of this practice, that is to attain liberation. And this attainment is done or is achieved through cultivating wisdom and conducting ethical practice, ethical conduct. And the third, why you are doing attaining wisdom and deliver your conduct in an ethical way, you are developing a set of discipline. This is the eightfold path. That is, number one, the right understanding; two, right thought; three, right speech; four, right action; right livelihood; right effort; right mindfulness; and the right concentration. You can see it's quite a full list. Basically, you become a saint. This is the traditional Buddhism teaching. And versus the non-duality. Now, before I talk about a non-duality, let's understand the duality. Duality is the nature of suffering. That is, we live in this physical life. In third dimension, there is pain, there is trauma, there is losses, there's all kind of negative emotions, feeling not good enough, feeling guilt, feeling shame, feeling abandonment, feeling losses, feeling grief, and just all kind of pains. It's the nature of life because we live in duality. Duality means it's the dual nature. Dual means two ways of reality. This reality contains or constitutes light and darkness. So some days we feel very happy, we're experiencing light energy. Other times we feel down, we feel abandoned, we feel guilt, we feel shame, we feel not good enough, darkness energy. This is, we are in the body. This human experience permits us to experience both light and darkness. That is called duality. The nature of life, the one of the noble truths. The first Buddhism noble truth, life is nature of suffering. So non-duality is the opposite of duality. There's no more duality. It is also not a light experience. We talk about the light experience or the enlightening or awakening experience in a moment. So non-duality means there's no dual, no dual, no duality. There's no more light, also no more darkness. And as you can see the list here, nothing exists. No one is here. No more thought. Nothing needs to be done. There's no achievement, no enlightenment. There's no perception or no perception. Neither right or wrong, neither good or bad, neither light or dark. Non-dual. Non-dual, non-dual in my word, I would say non-dual actually contains all the duality experiences, all the duality experience. So what are the common experiences that you already have? So before we go there, we look at the yogic path. So the yogic path parallel with the Buddhism teaching. So the yogic path, it's another method, another system. Typically, some might say this is Hinduism, this is the Indian teaching. Personally, I'd agree that this yogic system derived from India. India is the center of Mother Earth before Mother Earth split into its current shape and geographical nature. So the full path of yoga shares four yogic system, or it contains four yogic system. Four yogic system means everybody on a different path. There are four paths available to you. You are already on one of these paths, whether you are aware of or not. And commonly, everybody is on the karma path. Karma is like you are learning how to treat yourself, how to treat others. So if we have done something bad in the past, then we have to do something good to correct that bad doing or that unethical conduct. So that is karma path. So whether this person practices yoga or meditation or not, you are on a karma path. So everybody is on karma path. And we'll talk about jhana in a moment. I'll leave that at the last. And bhakti yoga, many devotees. So if you follow a deity, if you admire a master, if you follow that master's teaching, you go to church, you go to monastery, you go to vipassana meditation, you become a servant to the teaching, to the center. So you are practicing bhakti yoga. It's a devotional services. And Raja Yoga, it's the energetic practice of the body and the mind. This covers all kind of traditional and modern yoga teaching. This is the yoga studio, yoga teacher training course. It covers Hatha Yoga, Vinyasa, Ashtanga, Iyengar, Kundalini. So all of this, all kinds of various yoga practices are all under Raja Yoga umbrella. So this is quite a physical, mental, and spiritual as well. So it's all under the Raja Yoga system. Jnana Yoga talks about knowledge only. Jnana Yoga is the direct path. So when we talk about a non-duality, that is actually Jnana Yoga, direct path to non-duality. So Jnana talks about the knowledge system. The knowledge has different levels. Yeah, that comes to our language, our words, how much wisdom a person has, a person knows about the nature, the mechanism of life. It all shows in his or her language, in a way how it manifested, how knowledge is being manifested. So what we know about the nature of life, why we suffer, how to be free from suffering. So we learn the knowledge or the correct teaching Yeah, education is not necessarily coming from school, and school or the system that most people live in is not a necessary true knowledge, not a necessary the truth. So we talk about the direct path and sharing the right knowledge. And the yogic path and typically emphasize, or every teacher, every yoga teacher goes to take a course would learn the 8 limbs of yoga. And yama, niyama is the principle treating others, niyama and the principle treating self. Asana is the physical movement, all the yoga practice. Any physical movement about a yoga practice on the yoga mat is asana. And then next is pranayama, breath work. And fifth is pratyahara, restore senses. Number 6, dhanara. Dhanara is the practice of concentration. And then once you have a certain level of concentration, you then reach the level of meditation. Or the effort and letting go. So meditation becomes effortless, becomes very easy when you master the initial 6 steps, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhanara, and get to the sitting position, comfortable, steady, sitting with the self, dhyana meditation. When consistent meditation, stillness, quiet space attained by yourself, you reach samadhi. Now, samadhi has different levels as well, but we simplify here with the understanding of pure bliss. Pure bliss. There's no reason. There's no reason. All the egos, all the desires, all the attachment have been dropped or absorbed by the divine light. Now, some of you already had this sort of experience, the natural experience of the divine, that is, this experience simply just happened. There's no reason. There's something you cannot even explain. When you try to explain that, you might feel weird. You could not even find words to describe your divine experiences. This including near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, afterlife visitations. So this is a visitation from your deceased family members. They are typically your spiritual guides or spiritual teachers, or you have divine dreams in your dreaming state that you went somewhere. Someone visited you. Some divine energy absorbed you. You were the divine in the dream state. Or you experience divine through meditation, sitting with yourself. Something significant happened during your meditation or during your chanting, or you had some profound awakening in the temple, in a very sacred space. Some of the mountains, Ululu, some of the waterfalls, some of the forests, some of the temples. And this experience could happen, or something just specifically known to you. Now, so all of this experience, you just feel, you feel that happiness, you feel joy without any reason. So that is your experiencing the divine. Of course, there are facilitated divine experience that is being done to you. Some practitioners, light workers who did something to you, or you are in the setup of a group meditation, group yoga, group chanting, group sound healing, or you receive one-on-one spiritual regression experiences such as past life regression, quantum healing hypnosis therapy, or life between life therapy. This method can also facilitate you, help you to experience the divine. And that is how powerful some of the method can be. when the right time comes. Psychedelic is also a very commonly known method that many practitioners, many people dived into, has in-depth knowledge and understanding about a psychedelic, for example, DMT, ayahuasca, and magic mushrooms. So these are the natural herbs, natural plants, or some of the essence being extracted from animals. It's actually poison, but can facilitate the experience of the divine. And any other method, energetic healing method that you have experienced, dancing and sound healing is part of as well. So now you've got a little bit of understanding of different spiritual teaching method and spiritual experience method. How can you take this piece of information to help you to experience the divine more often? Do you just follow one particular teacher, or how do you navigate on your own journey to release the illusion, if I may say? My word to you would be synergy. Synergy, in essence, is to utilize different method as it fits you. Now, if you only believe one way to reach enlightenment, that is totally fine, because whatever you believe in it, it will manifest as your reality. Because we are the mirror. Our life is the mirror of what we are. So whatever we believe in here will manifest as our life, as the reality. So some prefer a method that is concentrated with one teacher's teaching. Others has dabbled amongst different methods. Both ways are okay. Be okay with whatever that you do. And be okay with exploring the different method. So you might have learned a tool from your yoga practice, from a meditation teacher, or even from a non-Jew teacher. And you also learn from the traditional Buddhist teaching. Some, they may contradict to one another. For example, the non-Jew teaching or the non-Jew sharing is some sort of ignore everything. Ignore perhaps is not the right word. In a way, they bypass method, framework, theories, concepts, all of this. It doesn't matter to non-dualists because they are here. They arrived. They arrived to the point that I am not here. I recede back to the space of non-duality. It's like the big bulb, and non-duality is the outer layer that contains, wrap around duality, which we call life. If I use gardening as an example to help you to understand and this nature of life, this non-duality, and this disciplinary practice, and the method of gaining wisdom. So gardening itself is our life. We buy seeds, we sow the seeds, we gave fertilizer, we're watering the garden. So this is the nature of life. We're doing things. It looks like we are doing things. And the weedling, so when the weed pops up, that I consider the weed is ego. And it's quite difficult to get rid of the ego, isn't it? You have to do your daily weedling. I mean, I do daily weedling if I'm around. And if you did not pay attention to your ego, it grows so quickly. It will eat the herbs, the plants, that you planted. So we have to pay attention to watch our ego carefully and remove ego on a daily basis. So this comes with all your practice. You might practice Buddhism teaching or the yogic teaching or different system of teaching. Some of the methods that we may not mention here. For example, the Greek God teaching and Allah, this Jainism, the Muslim God. So they have different rituals, different culture, different practice to be connected to God. So the whittling needs to happen on a daily basis so that you maintain the gardening quite nicely. And then what happened to bugs? Bugs that I consider is the negative experiences being done by others. Trauma. Trauma is like the bud. So it depends on where you're at in your life. You might use spray, you might use a natural spray, or you might use a chemical spray, or more advanced method. You actually can prevent the bugs to attack your gardens. And then you would have a beautiful garden, right? With all the beautiful work that you're doing on a daily practice basis. And what happened to non-duality? Non-duality bypass the whole idea of doing. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them whether you kill the bug or not, whether you kill the ego or not, whether you're withering or not. It doesn't matter whether you're watering or not. They do not mind whatever that happens. To them, everything just happens. Because the nature of impermanence is part of the Buddhism teaching. Doesn't matter. It's all just a dream. It's all just an experience. That's where non-duality sits in the throne of everything just happens, good or bad, whether or not, the buds or not, because buds also need to eat. Yeah, wheat also need to eat. It's part of the food chain, the universal food chain. Some body will eat something. A human would eat plants. Plants would eat bugs. Bugs would eat other bugs. So far and so on. It continues the nature of happening. This happening has no end. Has no beginning. It just happens. And don't try to figure it out. You step back, simply observe, simply become the watcher of all this experience. Actually, that's not correct. You actually step back. You're not even a watcher. The watcher, the seeing, the subject who is watching, the what is happening, and the object who's being watched, they all become one. All become one, and you receive back. So none of this disturb you or taking your peace away. So that's the non-dual space. In your daily practice, you got to learn to discern what is right for you. Something right yesterday to you may not be right for you today, and something's right for others may not be right for you. And to the non-dualist, everything stands for its own reason or has no reason at all. It didn't need any reason. But for the Buddhism practice or the Hinduism, the yogic path, which I personally have become quite intimately involved with both systems. I was born as a Buddhism, the Buddhism culture, and in my later years, I have dived into the yogic system, understand this four system, how we can learn this practice and to release darkness, to dispel illusions, to help people obtain more light. So the practice, whatever system that you're in, does give you a hands-on tool. Hands-on tool. This hands-on tool, when in practice on a regular basis, it helps you to dispel illusion. It helps you to see clearly. It helps you to have the right thought. And you steadily climbing the ladder reaching higher light, higher wisdom. When you have a higher wisdom, what would happen to duality? Your body contains more light and less darkness. And when you reach all the way high to the highest high, is reaching non-dual. When you reach non-dual, which means you obtain full light and zero darkness. When you reach that, then non-dual does not exist anymore. You don't even concern about the light because you already accept whatever that is happening. Nothing can actually deter you. Nothing can affect you. There would be no more emotions because emotions are part of the human suffering experiences. Feeling sadness, feeling that I'm not good enough, feeling that I am at a fault. So this is part of the human experiences. So basically, when you obtain light, you climb higher, absorb more light, more light, more light, then you're shining like star, like sun. When you experience that, when you become a bright star like sunlight, you don't have any emotions. Everything has been absorbed. You sit still. The stillness is the key. The body may perish, the body may have some kind of a disease. The body may die. The body always die, not may die, the body always die. So in terms of a death, how the enlightened being they die. They may die in a mahasamadhi, they sit and they just die. Yeah, they die in meditation. Or they do have some sort of a disease or ailment. And this could be, could be that they absorb other people's darkness, they give light. They give light to the devotees, to people who came to darshan. So the light would be absorbed by others. So their body absorb other people's darkness, and then they got disease, ailment, cancer, or a number of things could happen. They die as any human body. And then the third is the people they just disappear. In meditation, sitting in Mount Kailash, sitting in Tibetan mountains in North India, they simply disappear because the earth's vibration is very strong, and they sit there and just disappeared. This also happened in Bali. I've heard some stories, and there was a TV show actually filmed this. It's a woman who has this gift to teleporting, and she disappeared in front of the camera. A very magic thing, and humans we could not explain with our words. Human words are very limited because some of the stuff cannot be explained by human body, by human language, and the human body is limited in terms of how much energy it can contain or what kind of energy it can contain. So now, knowing all these different methods, and take what you can use from this message and use different method, go experiencing it. There's not one way that is absolutely correct because there's so many different ways you can reach enlightenment. You can become a monk, you become a nun, you become a non-dualist, you become a yogic, and you follow God, and be a very devoted Muslim. So all of this method can help you reach full realization. Full realization is you cannot be touched. If you realize yourself and body mind thing is not your thing, there's no more body mind. You are not the body, you are not the mind. Basically, you are not attached to this physical identification. So you have released from the trap of this body, this name, the skin, your health, your emotions. None of this actually is associated with you. So in a way, it's actually disillusion of human, if I may say so. So learn from different teacher and follow your beliefs. And bliss is not desire. Bliss is not what you consider that makes you happy. It's not material comfort. Bliss is the consistent peace. It's the joy that arrives in you without any physical material comfort. That does not need a reason. So follow your bliss and merge different methods and use them. Sit in the throne of non-dual. And remember that, sit in the throne of a non-dual. Your idea is going up there. And then obtain different tools as it helps you to dissolve your ego and your desires so that you can maintain peaceful as always. May love and light to all sentient beings. Namaste.